All right, I'm gonna try to get this finished here. I'm gonna get this wrapped up. I don't want to video you to death. It's crunch time, and I'm trying to get these standards in. What you're looking at now is Cambodia. I told you there would be trouble with this. Again, with the capitalism versus communism. The North Vietnamese want to help Cambodia become a communist country, and even the North Vietnamese communists could not imagine the nightmare that they were about to unleash, called the Khmer Rogue. And this is basically a distortion of what that really means. If you're seeing my screen here, Khmer is basically a word for or a name or somebody that speaks the language in Cambodia, or a Cambodian. Okay, so Khmer means Cambodian, and rogue is a distortion of the French word for rouge, or red. So basically that was called Khmer Red, and red is the color of communism. Okay, so these guys, the Khmer Rogue, what the United States called the Khmer Rogue, they were backed by the North Vietnamese communists. And the Communist Party takes control in 1975, and what they do is they install Stalinist and Marxist and Maoist policies. They work the people to death. They put anyone that declared or they were against the Khmer Rogue was put to death. And there was an estimated 3 million Cambodians killed there. That's why they call it the Cambodian genocide. Now, what the United States does, what they try to do there is carpet bomb. They try napalm. They try Agent Orange. And this it wasn't a full military campaign. These were air raids that were carried out by the United States Air Force with absolutely no success at all. Every time the United States attacked Cambodia or the Khmer Rogue gained more popularity. So it was a very unsuccessful campaign for the United States. Now, at the same time, that's the Khmer Rogue. And then I told you that's the approach that they took there to try to stop communism, was they tried to bomb it back into oblivion, and that didn't work. It just didn't. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, there's Cambodia. And you see the close proximity of Vietnam and Cambodia there. The Cambodian genocide, and the Khmer Rogue stays in power until 1979, and they kind of clear those people out of there. The next column and activity that you have is called the Soviet-Afghan War. Really simple, guys. There was a communist regime in power in Afghanistan. The Muslim nationalists in Afghanistan hated this communist government that was backed by the Soviets. So they had them removed. Well, the Soviets immediately move in to Afghanistan. And I'll give you a picture of where Afghanistan's at. Here's Russia up here. And they invade. Now, all of these countries are still loyal to the Soviet Union at the time. They invade Afghanistan. All of these countries here, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan, they're all loyal to the USSR. So Russia invades Afghanistan, okay, in 1979. Who comes to their help? Who comes to their aid? The United States, but not with military, not with troops. They send artillery, again, guns, weapons, state-of-the-art bombing equipment. They also send some airplanes. They send all kinds of military equipment to fight the Russians. Okay, the United States sends Afghanistan all this new artillery and military weaponry. Okay. And the Russians never really gained any traction in Afghanistan. So what tactic did the United States use? They were supporting the Afghans, the Muslims, the nationalists. And the last little bullet that I have there, and then I'm going to get out of the way and let y'all get this finished. If you have any questions, let me know. But those weapons the U.S. sent in 1979 and 1980 to Afghanistan, those weapons, wonder what happened to those weapons when in 2001 apparently in New York City there was a terrorist attack on the Twin Towers, and President George W. Bush declared war, and the first place they go into is Afghanistan. And those Afghan warriors and soldiers, they had American technology and American weaponry. You know where it came from. It came from the Soviet-Afghan War. And again, this was all the Soviet-Afghan War was about: communism, capitalism. Okay, so this is the last video that I have here for this activity. Fill out those columns on what was the approach, what was the tactic that the United States used to try to contain communism. In this area here in Afghanistan, those weapons that they sent to fight the Soviets would come back to bite them, come back to haunt them later on. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know, and you want to get this finished and knocked out, and I'm here for you.